Greetings, all you who are wearing your personally crafted armor. We are here to scratch your itch for role-playing. The Chafing Armor podcast has begun. Welcome to episode 3 of the Onyx Portal. Tonight we have with us Michael.
I sure will. Hello, everyone. I am Michael, and tonight I will be playing Elias Heartstrings, the level 15 Dragonborn Bard.
Fantastic. And James, would you introduce yourself?
I will certainly try. Hi, I'm James, and I am playing Gnarl, the Minotaur Wizard Fighter.
Who has already blocked several of my plans.
Haha.
And Rylee.
Hi, I'm Rylee, and I'm playing Edalin Slon, a barbarian paladin.
Fantastic. And I am Dare. I am your dungeon master for this current adventure, and I welcome you again. Last time, we had our intrepid adventurers coming into the northern city of Moscaderm, and quickly being followed by an army of centaurpedes and trolls and other nasty things, where our fighter wizard, Gnarl, has followed down into the sewers a spinal slime that had a vaguely centaurpede shape and had gone down into the sewer, and Grissom had made quick work of it. But as the heroes were finishing off the giant centaurpede and the giant troll, the army of centaurpedes had come crawling over the walls, and the dwarves came out of their deep holes, and the kobolds were coming down out of the city, and our adventurers are trapped in between these armies. So now, the centaurpedes are coming forward. The dwarves and the kobolds have met them in battle. Is there anything our adventurers would like to do before I throw them in the meat grinder?
Is surrender an option at this point? No, I am kidding. Very much so. I look over to Edalin and say, any bright ideas?
Fight to the death. That is honor.
That sounds absolutely peachy to me.
Tis true as it's true.
The only thing that I can do is how are the dwarves and everyone fighting? How are they doing? Do they look like they're in bad shape?
As the line as the lines have come together with your original spells, where you had completely wiped out the first wave of these centaurpedes, the bodies had mounted up, and the dwarves and the kobolds lining up behind you have made a stalwart defense and stopped the centaurpedes cold. They are coming at you over the bodies. These centaurpedes are crawling over, and the carnage around you is incredible against the centaurpede army. The dwarves and the kobolds seem to be holding their own. These centaurpedes do not seem to be especially well trained. They are relying on huge number, and this wall of bodies, this mound of bodies before the fighting line, is slowly increased, but seems to be pushing the dwarves and the kobolds back just by the sheer amount of numbers piling up.
Well, there's one thing that I know is that it is very difficult to harm someone if you are, say, dead. So I'm gonna use my movement to splint as high up as I can to the ramparts, pulling out my loot, and look down at a. I'm looking for an area, shall we say, because I do not wish to harm these brave soldiers. But with a 150-foot range, I'm looking for like a, say, 20 by 20 foot nice little patch where these monsters are about to clash with the dwarves, but they haven't quite got there yet. Can I see something like that from up here?
Give me a perception roll.
All right, let's see what we can see with this dice I'd never use. That is not fantastic, but it is, with my perception, a 16.
Good enough. You are able to climb some stairs nearby. You have centauripedes crawling around you, and strangely, they seem to be ignoring as they are swarming by you and past you towards the dwarves. And you really notice that they are not engaging the dwarves, but you can easily see several large 20 by 20 squares in this inner courtyard where you could lay down.
In that case, I will do so, pulling out my black loot that is known as Baldrassi's Bane, already expending its major spell for today, and I will strum down on that loot, and I will say, "I know you, rider." And as I do, the flames lick out from my dragonborn ancestry at the edge of my mouth. And as I say, "I know you, rider," the flames will build and build in my mouth, and I'll scream. And I'm going to send a fireball right into the middle of them. My idea is that I'm going to weaken them and hopefully allow the dwarves to keep the line.
Okay.
And that is a reflex saving throw on theirs of 18.
And that is a lowly 12 for their mass dexterity saving throw. So it hits full.
Well, I do full damage, but there's more ones in there than I would prefer. But that is 28 damage to all of them, 8d6.
Okay, and notice most of them are very, very crispy, but they're still moving. They're moving very slowly, those that you hit. And you notice, as they are moving forward, there are things sloughing off their backs and slithering through the crowd. You see more of those spinal slimes, smaller versions of those spinal slime weaving their way through the fighting lines. And they are all heading towards various sewer openings.
We've got to keep them out of those sewers.
So let us, all right. Plunger is off to the side, and, I forgot to say that. Izzie was not able to join us tonight, so Plunger is swept aside in the mass of bodies and is busy fighting alongside the kobolds and the dwarves. You do notice a vehicle coming down the main thoroughfare, manned by kobolds and dwarves, and it is firing what looks to be round projectiles that are exploding with burning liquid as it comes into the area. So that all nice war machine built by the kobolds and the dwarves coming down the main thoroughfare, sided on both sides by these furry kobolds that kind of look like schnauzers. So Elias had his turn, and we will go. Do you all want? I will let you keep your order from last time if you would like that, which goes Grissom Gnarl, and then Elias Heartstring, and then Edalin, and then Is that okay with you all?
Sure.
Sounds good
Perfect.
to me.
Okay, so we are at the top of the order. Grissom Gnarl, what are you going to do?
Well,
You've got these half-size spinal slimes slithering through. Can't really see how many there are. There are.
Well, I definitely can't see them
dozens,
because I believe I'm in the.
Oh, that's right. You're still down in the sewer.
In the sewer, right? And I was heading north, following
The jugs.
where that one was going, the one I killed, because I know there was at least one more and assumed that one was also going that direction. How big around is the sewer itself? The openings, the tunnel.
The openings are about 3 feet by 3 feet. The tunnel itself is about 15 by 15.
Oh, that's large. Okay. All right. So I'm going to, like I said, I'm gonna sprint north and see if I can't spot the other one that I know was heading in that direction.
Okay, so you have about 50 feet till the next opening.
Okay, I can cover that in a sprint, no problem.
Yeah, you got that. And as you get there, you do see the slime that was coming up through the kobold section of the army up the main street poke its head through the grate.
Okay. Well then I will immediately send a firebolt at it, because I know fire seems to be very effective on these things, if at least normally effective, like everything else seems to be kind of bouncing off them or not hurting them very much. Let's see, that is a +9.
Yeah, they seem to be immune to poison and bludgeoning and force damage.
Okay, so that is going to be a... Oh, gee. That's a 25 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. Not bad. That's 18 points of fire damage.
And its head just kind of explodes as you hit it.
Fantastic.
This kind of day glow goop drips down on the floor, and these little spikes grow up on the ground that I know don't affect, really annoys me. But these little spikes grow up where what is left of this slime comes down. There is a ladder there also that goes up.
Okay. I will finish my movement and kind of climb up the ladder and kind of like take a peek through the grate and see if I can see if anything else what else might be going on out there.
There are kobolds streaming around you. I don't know that you can climb the ladder this round because you did sprint, right?
That's true.
And then you entered to let you cast that firebolt. So you will be at the bottom of the ladder, and then you can go up next round.
Fair enough.
All right. And Elias Heartstring.
Well, I am somewhat disheartened that my fireball did not have as much effect as I would have hoped. I turn over and just very quickly say to Eldon, is there any other strategies or stratagems that you have at this time before I proceed?
To who were you saying?
Oh, to, sorry, I said your name incorrectly. Edalin. Because Edalin is still up here, correct?
Yeah.
Edalin is right there, close by you.
Okay. Is there a big boy? Is there a big dangerous thing that is like endangered of harming a whole bunch of people? Is there? I know because we had taken out the troll and such.
Yeah.
With the
No. All you see before you is just wave after wave of these centaurpedes. They are crawling along the floor. They are crawling along the walls. They are trying to get around the dwarves and go up up and over the inner wall.
Maybe if we find the source of where they're trying to go. They are heading for the sewer system with the poison. Is there something in there? In the poison? Or in the sewer that they're looking?
I think that you may be right. So what I am going to do is I'm going to use both my my full action and my turn to hop down into the sewer, cursing to myself that this is my favorite doublet. Now that I've learned how to do finery, but as I go down, I'm going to give one more quick cast and remind Edalin that you are literally, as we have just seen, unstoppable, and add another bardic inspiration to you that you will be able to use. And I'm going to attempt to not look for traps or anything of the sort. I'm just trying to catch up with this dangerous minotaur and see if we can stop them before they get to their goal.
Okay. Roll me a d20, please.
No, we'll try another d20. Another d20 here. I'm running just middle of the road the whole time here. That is anything to add to it?
Nope.
There's 11. Same thing I rolled.
You notice as you are going down into this hole where Grissom Gnarl had went and the first slime had went, that there are about 11 of those smaller spinal slimes going down into this sewer grate and the two sewer grates to the right and to the left farther up on the side. And so as you go in, you see their faint glowing light, and they are leaving a slime trail, and you notice the beginnings of spiky rock outcroppings just kind of growing up out of the ground where they trail.
That makes me very unhappy. I will keep making my way down and try to avoid the spikes as best I can.
Okay. Roll me a d20 survival check.
All right. Do not fail me. I'm pulling out my depleted uranium dice here.
Or you can use athletics, whichever one.
It's not going to help much either way. That was a 3 for a total of 7.
So you are noticing these spikes coming up, and you actually accidentally step on one, and you take 2 points of damage as something pierces through the bottom of your shoe and into, or at the bottom of your clawed foot. Are you wearing boots or?
I'm wearing boots, but they are not particular. They're just fairly soft leather. They're not. My main defense is my elven chainmail.
So for people without heavy duty hooves, this is going to be considered rough terrain. All right. And anything else? Do you have any bonus?
My bonus action was to give bardic inspiration, so I'm just hauling as fast as I can.
All right. Indolent Slod, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna charge right on after, and let's see, that'll be a dash to go catch up to these things, and since it's
roll me a d20.
Yep. That is a 10, since it's not plus anything. Yay.
So you see the same thing as Elias was seeing. You see about 10 of these half-pint spinal slimes going down into the various sewer. There are a lot of them coming. And they are doing their best to go through these tunnels.
And they're just...
All right?
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
They're just slinking off the monsters, right?
They are sliding off the backs of these centipedes.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Do they...
All the ones that have been killed so far, that haven't been burnt to a crisp or poisoned or chopped up or whatever, they seem to be sloughing off spinal.
Okay.
All right? You want to attack any? Do you want to do anything?
Can I reach any of them?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
They're not far away from you.
Okay. Then, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and attack the closest to me. And, so, let's see. First attack with my mace. Or my quad club. So, that will be a 18 to hit.
That hits easily.
Great. Then, that is... let me grab my damage. 12 points of attack damage, plus another 10 for force damage, and then I get 1d8 of radiant damage. from this weapon.
Oh, this just explodes as you hit it. It's like taking a sledgehammer to destroy Jello, or if you remember the Sledge-O-Matic coming down on a watermelon. It just
I think that
explodes.
reference was too old for me, but okay.
Oh,
We all turn to dust.
you are an evil child.
Child.
I'm thinking
Keyword.
the ceiling is going to fall on your character and kill you. So you explode this one slime. Do you have any extra attacks?
Yep, I get one more and then another from the spell of... Right, you cast that,
Haste?
yeah.
I don't think the haste is the haste still going on?
No,
or was
we decided it wasn't. That's right. Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Unfortunately,
Okay,
missed
so that is going to be a 21 to hit with the claw club. The next one.
Easily hits.
Great. Right? Wow, a 1. Alright, so that'll be 8 points of bludgeoning damage, and then the 10 points of force damage, and 7 points of radiant damage.
It explodes in a jello-ish rainbow of slime all over, including on you. But everywhere the slime hits, these little jagged shards of stone crop.
Yummy.
And as all these various, I guess there's 19 now, slimes still going past you, they're leaving a trail of these little spikes as it goes ahead. Some are climbing on the walls, some are on the floor. They're all converging down this main tunnel, heading towards where Grissom Gnarl is, but you don't know where he is. You can't see him in the dim light of this tunnel. And now it is the slime's turn.
Natural ones?
They proceed apace. They are ignoring you, and they are rapidly approaching Grissom Gnarl. Grissom, what would you like to do?
Okay. Well, now I'm going to take that look, unless things are starting to, like, ooze over in through the opening.
Not that you can see yet.
Okay. Yeah, then I will take those few steps up the ladder and take a peek out and see if anything's heading in my direction, like where the movement of the fight has gone, that sort of thing.
There is still a legion of kobolds marching down with short swords and armor and shields past you. You see the rear of the kobold war machine rolling down the main thoroughfare. It had passed overhead of you. And looking back, you see more of these half-pint slimes, spinal slimes, heading towards you. If you'll roll me a d20.
Okay. That is a 13. Well, is this like a perception or anything like that? Or just a straight roll?
No. This is the number of slimes that you see. It is a straight roll.
Okay, yeah, 13.
Sees 13 of spinal slimes heading directly for you.
Cool.
They are aiming for that sewer grate.
Okay. I am going to drop back down the ladder to the bottom. And just below the grate, I'm going to cast Flaming Sphere, which is a 5-foot sphere, which I believe you said it was a 3x3 opening?
Yep.
So that should pretty much cover the opening. So I'm going to set it just below the opening so that anything that tries to come through gets singed.
All right. And what is your intelligence?
18.
No, they do not see it, and they are just plunging into the hole. And what is the damage that a flaming sphere
it's 2d6,
does?
so let's see what we got here. That'll be 10 points of fire damage.
10 points of fire damage. They are getting crispy. They are falling down. They are half burnt, but they are falling down to the tunnel floor right around you. But they still have some life.
Okay.
Anything else you want to do?
Since we're doing the 2-action thing, yes, I'll throw a cantrip and use a firebolt to at least take one of them out. I'll make sure I hit. But that's 21 to hit. So it's 3d10 damage. I don't know if I should roll that.
Oh, no, roll it just in case it's low.
It's 15 points.
It just explodes, crispy. There's not even enough slime to make the spikes on the floor. Just is burned up.
Cool.
All right.
So I've got half charred lumps of Jello falling on me. Okay.
Yeah, and so there are also 12 more that are dropping down. They are half burnt. They are all in pretty bad condition, but they're still struggling along and completely ignoring you and going to the north end of the tunnel. The soft glow that they give off is proceeding ahead of you, and with your perception, you notice that there is quite a few coming along the walls and floor behind.
Okay.
All right, and so Elias, you were about 50 feet away from where you see a flaming sphere below the next grate in the tunnel, and you see these slimes going as fast as they can towards the north. Edalin has dropped down next to you. What are you going to do, Elias?
If I was to head towards them, would I have to run through the flaming sphere?
No, the flaming sphere is up on the ceiling.
Excellent. I was wondering what that smell was. So I want to try and assist here. Does my companion here look very damaged?
Me? I'm untouched.
Yes, I am only lightly so. So that my spells tend to be more of the boom variety. So it's somewhat yes. My options are somewhat limited. I do not think I want to attempt either a fireball or a thunder wave in this small area. It seems unwise. So I will look over at this wizard fighter, and I will yell out to you and talk about little Maggie, and I'll start telling the story of little Maggie and how she was absolutely unstoppable. And I will give you Gnarl, trying to think of the best ability to enhance on you, but I think sorry, I don't think any of that would work. So because what I am forgetting is this little thing called concentration, because I have not ever actually played a caster before, so I need to get my poop together.
What are you concentrating on currently?
Well, I guess I'm not concentrating on anything because I lost. I lost the haste, so I'm not concentrating on anything. So, okay, that is what I will do. I will give both, because at a certain level I believe I can do it, yes, on 4 additional targets. So on myself and Edalin and Gnarl, I will give you Bear's Endurance. Little Maggie just won't quit, and you will both gain 6 temporary hit points, and you have advantage on all Constitution checks.
Ooh.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I think what I will do is there anywhere here where I can do I don't know, say shall we say like a cone of some sort and not hit Gnarl?
You would have to, since you have to use all your movement. He's 50 feet ahead of you in the tunnel. Heading north.
That actually works by itself because the cone is only 15 feet.
Okay.
So are there creatures directly in front of me?
There are a few still in front of you.
All right.
Roll me a d20, and we'll find out how many are directly.
There's a 14.
Okay. So there are 14 within 30 feet of you.
All right. I'll say I'm not even going to waste a fireball on you and open my mouth and tap into my golden heritage and release my breath weapon of fire. They need to make a DC of 15 saving throw.
Okay. And they roll a 3.
3. So with with an 11, that
That would be a 5 total, so.
All right, so that is 10. That's pretty good. That's 15 points of fire damage to all of these creatures.
Nice.
And you wipe out a full half of them. You take out about 15 that were within that cone's range. And the other 15 were at the 16 to...
I will stop moving towards Grissom because I want to give support, and also I'm trying to find where they're heading so we can head them off at the pass. But I'm just heading that way.
They seem to be heading up this main sewer tunnel directly in under the city, and they are booking it as fast as they can. All right, Edalin?
All right, let's smash some more of them. Oh,
Okay,
Yeah.
so there are about... Elias killed the 15 feet in front of you, the range, so you would have to move up at least 16 feet, catch up with the ones that are there,
all right.
and would like to do.
Yeah, I'll move as fast as I can up there.
All right, and so there are several within attack range.
Alrighty. Whatever's closest. She just kind of sees glowing and goes, smash! Alright.
All right,
That is going to be a 19 to hit.
easily hits.
Alright. And then first parts of damage. That will be 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And then 10 points of force damage. And 8 points of radiant damage.
Okay, you explode another one.
Yep, moving on to the next. Just whack-a-mole. That'll
Pretty much.
be 24 to hit.
That easily hits, yes.
Wow, alright. That'll be 8 points of bludgeoning damage, plus the 10
Okay.
points of force damage, and then 4 points of radiant damage.
Okay, the force damage doesn't do anything, but
Has it not been doing anything the whole time?
no, it hasn't been doing anything the whole time.
Oh, okay. Good stuff.
And but your other damage has been enough to really take these little slimes apart. They don't have a lot of hit points.
Do I notice if the slimes are trying to join up with each other, or are they staying separate?
They look like they are going straight up the tunnel. They're not necessarily getting next to each other. No, they're going as straight as fast as they can.
Okay.
It's very anime of you to that's very anime thought. They're all going to join together and create a super slime or something.
That's what I'm worried about at this point.
Okay, and so they continue to sprint. Their speed is increasing now that they're in the tunnel, and they are going along the walls and coming down. And you notice that there are more coming through the ceiling that are getting burnt by the flaming sphere. So another 6 drop down next to Grissom, and some more come down behind Edalin and Elias, and they are just making a straight book towards the head of the tunnel and up the tunnel. So Grissom, what would you like to do?
All right.
Some are well past.
Okay. Well past you as far as, how far would you say?
They are moving at about 60 feet around.
Oh, okay. So they're still not too far from me. Cool.
No.
I'm going to turn to Elias and say, stay back. I'm going to plug this hole. And the flaming spear winks out because he's changing his focus of concentration, and he turns north up to where the slimes are heading, and he casts, I would say, maybe 60 feet down away from him up the tunnel, a line of a wall of fire all through the tunnel. This would be 60 feet long, and
5
basically
feet
just
wide.
trying to cover the rest of the tunnel down that way, so that anything that tries to get through that direction just gets incinerated.
Okay, the tunnel is 15 feet wide.
Right.
Okay, how long is the flaming wall?
60 feet.
Okay, it's 60 feet long. How wide is it?
Well, okay, let's do this. I can make it curved, like it would be a circle. So it's going to basically bend in like a semicircle to kind of like close the gap. So it'll start in one wall, curve halfway up to the opposite wall, and then curve back again to the other wall.
Okay.
And
How tall is
let me
it?
check the height just to make. I think it's 20 feet, so it would cover
so
the
it'll-
entire opening that way.
I'm
Let me
really
just double
beginning
check
to
and make
hate
sure.
Grissom.
Yeah,
I'm,
20
I'm
feet
really
high.
beginning to hate Grissom. Yes.
Yeah, so it's 20 feet high, so it'll cover the entire height, and then curve from one side to the other. So basically, there's, it's be just like a parabola inside the tunnel, clogging the throughway. So there'll be like a wedge of a shape that they can get through, but at some point that's going to merge up with the opposite wall. They're not going to have anywhere to go except through the flames.
Okay, and so you do that, and they are heading forward, and they do not seem to have any sense of self-preservation, so they just start running into this flaming wall wherever they are, trying to force their way through. And how much damage does it do?
Well, they get a DC 17 dex save to save for half, although I'm not sure how that's going to work since they can't dodge it necessarily, but that's up to you. Let's see. Ooh, that's it'll be 24 points of flame damage, or save for half.
Half. And half of them are already taking half damage. So that is only a 9 for their save. So they just start running into it and popping like slugs. These spinal slimes are just without any sense of self-preservation, just trying to speed their way through and just go, like you said, straight into it and popping and turning into nothing. They are burned.
Oops.
So there are still ones that are behind you, coming towards you.
Right.
And this is a concentration spell.
Yes. And let me
Okay.
check and make sure how long it lasts. I believe it's, up to a minute, so 10 rounds.
Okay. That is more than enough time. All these slimes go shooting past you and just run into this flame. Poof. And so Elias and Edalin come and catch up with you. And what do you all want to do? There are no more slimes visible right here.
Can we see any sort of pattern of where they are attempting to get to?
They're going straight up this tunnel, but your view of the end of the tunnel is blocked by this flame. You hear the sounds of battle up ahead or up above you, and other than that, it just sounds like feet tramping, and you hear the sounds of battle.
Can we peek to see if there's more of these things kind of headed this way?
Yeah, you can go up the ladder and peek out.
Yes, please.
And okay, and so give me a perception roll.
Not my greatest skill, but here we go. It's a 12.
You come up. There are still a few squads of kobolds coming down. They are packed in this particular main thoroughfare from side to side. You hear the sounds of battle. You see centauripedes crawling on the sides of buildings up above. They're being shot at by the kobolds, and some of the kobolds are turning and coming back towards you, following the centaur, and do see trails of spikes going past this particular sewer grate. So you can make the assumption that there are slimes that have gone.
Kobolds speak Draconic, don't they?
Yes, they do.
Yeah. From the grate, I'm just going to shout out in Draconic, burn the slimes. Burn the slimes.
And you see a couple of kobolds whip out torches, and They start running up the street towards this trail, but from your position, just sticking your head above the sewer grate, you really can't tell what they are seeing since you are right at ground level.
Right. And there are no more heading in our direction. They've basically anything that was coming in our direction has come and is throwing themselves at the fire at this point.
Down in the tunnel, yes.
Okay.
Up above you, right above you, you see there are centauripedes that are starting to climb along the walls. They're being shot at by the kobold, and you can easily assume that where there are centipedes, there have been spinal slimes.
Okay, but I can't see any right now heading in our way.
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Is there some way we could block this tunnel, or?
I feel like we should continue down the tunnel and see if we can head them off. I can drop the flames and we can continue on.
Let us.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Elias.
Oh, let us do so immediately.
All right.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll drop concentration on, assuming everything else down there is burned at this point.
Yeah, everything that you originally saw is burned up behind you, and so you all drop that flaming wall, and you're going up this tunnel.
Yes.
You are now under the city proper. There are smaller branching tunnels coming off. You don't see any slime trails yet, and so you are thankful. As you go north, there are still a few sewer grates above you, letting in dim light. And I believe all of you have low light vision of some sort, and so that you're not having any problems seeing in this tunnel.
Right.
You do hear sound coming from in front of, echoing through the tunnel.
What sort of sounds?
You really, it sounds like splashing water, but almost thick and viscous, which you might expect from a...
Okay.
But there's something just not quite right. There's something that's setting you on edge with how this thick, viscous sound.
I guess we should keep moving. Arch slime.
And so, how fast are you all? Are you moving cautiously? Are you running? Are you walking?
I'm going to move cautiously, personally.
Torches?
I don't want to run headlong into a sleeper slime.
I start to run, and then I see Gnarl slowing down, and you just hear like this with on my loot as I stop running quite so fast and start being more cautious.
Okay. Would one of the three of you, let's say Rylee, roll me a d6, please?
Ooh, don't like that. That's a 4.
Okay. So, as you are moving forward, the sound is getting louder and louder. The tunnel is now widening as you get close. There are more and more small tunnels and drain pipes coming into this part of the tunnel. The smell is starting to get rather unpleasant. At this point, you can tell that you are directly under the city proper inside the mountain, and this is where all of the drain pipes are feeding into the main sewer. There are walkways on either side of this tunnel with a trough down the middle now, as you are coming into a more completed section of the sewer. And up ahead, you can see in the very dim light, and the light is getting much dimmer from the sewer grates that you have passed under, but there is a sickly glow illuminating the rock ahead.
Is there any way to tell what that might be?
One of you give me a survival.
I will be happy to give it my all here. And my all is middling at best, but that is a 16 total.
The glow seems like a brighter version of the slimes that you have been following.
Giant slime.
Yeah, you called it. Edalin clearly has been watching Voltron.
All right. And so as you are moving forward into this space, the walls open up into a cavern that slopes down under the city. And there is a line, a wall that separates where the sewer system and you seem to be going into what looks like a giant mine. And so there is a carved stone section making sure that nothing from the sewer comes down this mine, and it slopes down into this glowing darkness that kind of is pulling at your eyes, like your eyes are drying out. It almost hurts to look. And as you are going down this slope into this mine, into this very large cavernous room, you see what looks like refined workstations and cart and pulley and rails to take out whatever is being mined. And after the end of this very large room, and there is this giant piece of Canzath onyx, Canzath onyx, extruded out of this wall, or melded with this wall. And you can see on the ceiling and all the walls around dozens of these slimes, both large and small, pressing against this onyx stone. And they are melding with it, and it is melting under their touch, not so much like acid, but more like boiling lava.
Ew.
And it is just black, and it is forming a large circular swirl of an onyx. And that's where we'll end this episode of the Dragon Realms special episodes, the Onyx Portal.
Ooh.
Oh.
Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Special thanks to James for almost completely single-handedly derailing this episode.
I live to serve.
Clap, clap, clap.
That was a lot of stress and fun. So, Michael, would you be able to tell everybody where they can find us?
I sure can, friends. You can find us here, there, and yon. But if you can't find us in any of those, go to chafingarmor.com, or even better, go to patreon.com/chafingarmor, where you can become one of the Chafing Armor Patreon members and get little extra bonuses, see cosplay, and get notifications before everybody else. That's it. Patreon.com/Chafing Armor.
Thank you so much, and we are pleased to have you in our podcast and sharing our space where we scratch your itch for fantasy role. We'll see you next time.